We live in an era where reality is entirely editable. If you do not like a photo, you delete it. If a moment doesn't fit your aesthetic, you filter it. We are accustomed to scripting our lives for an audience. But a strange tension occurs when people with extreme wealth or social clout commit severe crimes. They expect those exact same editing tools to work in the real world, and they assume they will face zero consequences. Take the case of Mackenzie Shirilla, an entitled teenager convicted of intentionally crashing her car at 100 miles per hour, killing her boyfriend and a friend. While sitting in jail, she convinced herself that Kim Kardashian would swoop in to serve as her lawyer and secure her release, entirely based on the fact that Shirilla regularly purchases Kardashian's Skims clothing brand. She viewed herself as the untouchable main character of a carefully curated script. What she and criminals like her completely forget is the invisible trail of digital metadata tracking their every move. The devices they use to broadcast their fake realities permanently expose their guilt. When a deadly event perfectly mimics a tragic accident, investigators face a massive challenge. Shirilla claimed her fatal crash resulted from a medical emergency or a simple loss of control. This animated map shows GPS pings from her vehicle's history, revealing Shirilla drove the exact crash route as a practice run. A timeline indicates this dry run occurred exactly 3 days prior to the murders, stripping away the illusion of a split-second tragedy. In Spain, billionaire heir Jonathan Andick tried to sell a similar story. He claimed his father, the founder of the Mango clothing empire, simply slipped and fell down a remote 500-foot rocky cliff during a hike. Spanish cybercrime units pulled Andick's phone data and triangulated the timestamps from cellular towers in the area to check his pre-incident behavior. Those pings proved Jonathan had visited that exact remote cliff 3 separate times in the week leading up to his father's death. Digital metadata eliminates the bad luck defense. It provides investigators with indisputable timestamps of premeditation. Influencer Gabby Gonzalez and her father, Francisco, decided to solve a family court custody dispute over her daughter with Jack Avery by plotting a murder. They bypassed traditional criminal networks entirely. Instead of finding someone on the street, they brought in a middleman to source an expert hitman directly from the dark web. This digital ledger illustrates a glaring financial paper trail, a $10,000 Bitcoin transfer to fund the hit, specifically tagged web development services. A secondary $4,000 transfer soon followed, designated to secure physical proof of the kill, demanding the hitman return Avery's severed pinky finger. Their anonymous expert hitman was actually an undercover law enforcement officer. Hiding intent behind cryptocurrency and anonymous browsers is useless when the physical execution of a plan inevitably crosses paths with a real-world law enforcement trap. UK celebrity husband Lee Andrews attempted to fake his own kidnapping in Dubai to avoid mounting financial and legal exposure back home. He spun an elaborate digital narrative for his new wife, Katie Price, and her massive public following. He claimed he missed his flight out, had to rely on a burner phone, and was eventually taken hostage at a government black site with a hood placed over his head. Internet sleuths immediately dismantled the lie. They analyzed the proof-of-life selfie he took at the airport and noticed the background details and security checkpoints were completely fabricated. Then came the absurd contradiction. While supposedly captive and cut off from the outside world, Lee's personal Instagram account actively logged on to follow a new American biker babe. Social media addiction is deeply ingrained in these individuals that it overrides basic logic, causing them to sabotage their own elaborate alibis in real time. The entitled teen, the desperate influencer family, and the scamming celebrity all share the same fatal flaw. Their wealth and their digital followings gave them a false sense of invincibility. You cannot hide a modern felony behind a curated filter, no matter how much money you have. The data always solidifies into steel bars. Today, avoiding capture demands absolute digital silence. Wiping physical fingerprints is no longer enough. Every smartphone, GPS receiver, and network ping acts as a silent, unbribable witness to your location and your intent. For a generation of narcissists entirely obsessed with broadcasting their own existence, remaining digitally silent is the one thing they are completely incapable of doing.